Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Rodolfo, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT, and you're doing my free TOEFL speaking practice test evaluation. So a lot of students do this. They maybe want to get their level right before taking the TOEFL exam, or they sometimes do a practice test before they begin their studies. They want to kind of see where they are, what they need to do, and maybe how far or how close they are to their target subtotal score in the speaking section. Okay, so you're answering the question, do you prefer to study in a group or study alone? Give reasons and examples to support your response. So first of all, Rodolfo, I will listen to the whole thing once without saying anything, and then the second time I'm going to listen to it and give you comments as I go.
Well, I think it depends on the person, whether it is better for you to study alone or study with a group. For instance, it can be better for you if you practice with more people, if you study with more people, because new people can give you more ideas and you can have a more dynamic study. But on the other hand, if you're a person who distracts easily, it can be tough for you to pay attention on the topic. So basically it depends on the person.
The problem is when you go that route, Rodolfo, if you try to do both, some like this and others like that, if you had 90 seconds, that would be a good strategy. That way you can spend about a half of your time discussing the one view and then provide supporting detail. And then you spend another 45 seconds discussing the opposite view and provide supporting detail there, but you don't have that kind of time. So you ended up with a not fully supported idea. You didn't give any examples really in either case, so this is not going to score very high. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to put you below 3 on this. I'm going to put you maybe 2.5 out of 5, maybe 19 points out of 30. That's my first impression. And honestly, I just listened to this for the very first time. So when students do this kind of speaking practice, I like to give them my comments right away when I very first listen to what they're saying. All right, let's listen to it one more time and we'll kind of slow it down. I'll talk about different aspects of your response. Okay, hold on.
Well, I think it depends on the person, whether it is better for you to study alone or
no, it depends on the, you said it depends on the person whether he or she should study alone or study with a group. So already you have a language use error there. You're shifting from the third person to the second person point of view. Don't want to do that. That's not what you want to do with this kind of speaking. You want to be consistent. I recommend either the first or the third person point of view, Rodolfo. That's my recommendation.
For instance, it can be better for you if you practice.
It can be better for the student, or it is better for me because
with more people, if you study with more people, because new people can give you more ideas and you can have a more dynamic study. But on the other hand,
at this point, this is where I would say to illustrate. Let's suppose a student is studying Math 110 or mathematics and he's trying to work on solving certain equations that were homework assignments from the class. If this student is working with others, he or she can get feedback from them when he's not able to solve this equation correctly. Therefore, by working with others in the group, this student can probably better understand these mathematical concepts. That's the example I'm talking about. That's the example you didn't give. I just created it to show you what I'm looking for here to help give you the depth and the progression of thought that you need to get a high TOEFL score in the speaking.
If you're a person who distracts easily,
No, if you're a person who distracts easily, no. If you're a person who is distracted easily, that's a problem with passive voice, Rodolfo. So in this case, a person not distracts, a person is distracted by others in the group who might be chatting or talking or being off topic and not focusing on the material.
it can be tough for you to pay attention on the topic. So,
And again, you got to give an example. Say, for example, if you are easily distracted and you're in a group, maybe somebody in the group is asking somebody else, hey, what movie did you watch? And then all of a sudden, because you're distracted by that topic, you start talking about movies instead of focusing on your mathematical concepts. Therefore, you're distracted by other people in the group. You see what I'm saying? So again, you didn't really provide a supporting example to illustrate your idea there.
basically, it depends on the person.
Okay, so what do we have? A couple of things. In terms of your grade here, I'm still going to keep it around 2.5. I think that's a pretty accurate score. 2.5 out of 4, 19 points out of 30. So delivery, you need to improve your intonation. You're saying if a student gets distracted by others in the group, he might not be able to learn the course material. You're not really varying your tone any, so you need to work on that. That's one big issue that can help you to speak more naturally. Language use. You remember you had that problem with passive voice, so you want to make sure you understand when to use active versus passive voice. And also, you tend to use basic grammar and basic vocabulary. So you need to have, I think, a combination of basic and advanced grammar and vocabulary. So you need to make some improvements in that area also. Topic development, I already made a lot of comments in this area. It would have been better if you had focused only on one view, not both. So the depending on the person thing doesn't work. The question was, what do you think? You say, well, personally, I'm a person who gets distracted easily, so I do not prefer to study with others in a group. You know what I mean? And then just explain that and be done with it, right? But you tried to get the best of both worlds. You got the best of nothing. You weren't able to really support either idea with specific details, so that's also an issue. And that's your score, buddies. So what do you think about that? I apologize for being very direct, but that's just how it is. People don't want me to make up, or I'm just being honest. I've listened to thousands and thousands of TOEFL speaking practice tests over the last few years, so I can give you a pretty good idea of what your strengths and weaknesses are with your speaking. All right, now I'm going to advertise. This is, I did this for free to you. I'm going to give you just a free advertisement very quickly. Now, I have a TOEFL Speaking Bootcamp course. It will help you to solve all the problems I just mentioned in this video. I will send you a PayPal invoice with an invitation to join that TOEFL Bootcamp course. A, do nothing. Do not join the course. B, if you want to improve your speaking, if you're interested in scoring higher than 26, then join the course. And you can continue to post speaking practice tests on a day-to-day basis, and together we will solve these problems. I can help you solve the problems, but remember, it takes time. I can't solve all your problems in just one speaking practice test. You have to submit maybe 20 or 30, and maybe after 35 or 40 practice tests, your speaking should be close to 26. That would be my best guess right now. All right? And thank you for doing this. If you like my free service, tell somebody else. You can say, hey, go over to Michael's website at onlinetoeflcourse.com. He will evaluate your TOEFL speaking practice test for free. And that's what I just did in this 9-minute video.